The trucking never stops. It never stops. But it's all good. We're gonna get it taken care of. Let me show y'all what I'm dealing with right now. We did just get empty back here, so I gotta shut the doors and all that stuff, but I gotta go to a shop and get this taken care of. All right, that's an S-cam tube, and it's broken right there. So that's gotta be taken care of. And then, look right there, the pinion seal's leaking. Yay! It's all sorts of a good time right now. Oh, well, I've been at the shop since Tuesday. It is now, what is today? Today is Thursday, for a brake chamber bracket, or also known as an S-cam tube. I gave them the part number because obviously I have a glider kit, right? So the VIN number, you can't really look up stuff for the VIN or through the VIN for like drive axles, engines, transmission, because the truck didn't come with those. So you have to get part numbers. And sometimes that's a pain in the butt, but I provided the correct part number in text messages. And she said, perfect, this was on Tuesday. The part will be here by 3:30, we'll have you out of here. Awesome. The part finally shows up about 6:30. They don't leave until about midnight. And it's a steer axle S-cam tube, so it's real short. It's the wrong part, right? So then it's tomorrow we'll have the right part. Okay, well, that sucks, but it is what it is, right? I got to deal with it. And I was like, you're sure this is the right one? Just kind of joking around. And she said, yes, I'm so sure that if it is the wrong part, I will pay the bill myself. Don't make claims like that, because I will hold you to it. And it's the wrong part. The last 9 digits of the part number are the same. However, the first 3 are different. I have a K69 blah blah blah, and the one they ordered is an L77 blah blah blah. They look the same, however they are different. The pitch on the bracket mount is different than mine, and the internal diameter of the S-cam tube is different, so my S-cam will not fit inside this tube. I've also had to track the part down myself. After giving them the correct parts, I did wind up having to replace the spider, and that was a whole nother, it'll be here at this time. Well, that time rolled in, and an hour later it's still not here. Oh, it'll be here in 10 minutes. Oh, then 45 minutes later somebody shows up with the part. Wound up being the correct part, which is good, right? So we're what, 1 for 3 at this point. So now the Thursday morning, the correct S-cam tube has been found by me through Truck Pro in Dayton, Ohio. And I also verified it with Meritor, because you can call their customer service and they can tell you what's in stock there. I gave them the right part number, and so anywho, found the part. We are tracking it down, and I tell you what, despite all the issues here, okay, I don't blame the shop, but I am irritated at the fact that I was told, hey, we found the right part today. Okay, they found the part themselves. It's going to come from Tennessee, and it's going to be a $150 fee for shipping for whatever kind of rush priority, whatever. And then I'm so leery about that I'd rather pay the $110 it's going to cost me to go pick it up, or whatever it's going to be, with an Uber to Enterprise, and the Enterprise to, if they have something available. But I also have U-Haul option. It's a little more expensive, but you can rent it and do all that, and it's not so complicated. Just drive down to Florence, Kentucky, because I'm in Dayton, so I'm 60 miles north of where my part is located. I will go to Florence to go pick it up myself, and this sucks, but at least I know I'm going to get the right part. I can confirm that it is the correct part and not sit here and wait for however long it's going to be on this part. So currently I'm waiting on an Uber right now to come pick me up, take me to I gotta go to Truck Pro to pay for the part, But he's already ordered it, and he knows I'm going to come in and pay for it. And then I'll get a pickup order, whatever, a will call, something to go get it. And then we'll go get the part. So this has been a journey. It's been 2 days hot with no AC, because their building here will not handle the AC with everything else on in this building overnight. So that's been fun. The only thing within walking distance to eat is a McDonald's and a Chinese restaurant, which the Chinese was phenomenal. Chicken and broccoli and crab wontons, and or crab rangoon. But anywho, I'm gonna wait on my Uber and we'll see how things go. We're gonna just get this show on the road, because I've been here way too long, and this is frustrating. All right, we went with the good old U-Haul option. It was a little quicker than the whatever it is, the Enterprise. So this is where we're at. We're gonna go get our part and do what we need to do. Yeehaw. Well, them brakes are a whole lot softer than the car I'm used to driving. Well, after a whole bunch of traffic in Cincinnati and all that good stuff, we finally made it here to Cummins Meritor. We checked in up front. I should have known better. I got to go back here to the shipping, receiving, and all that good stuff. Oh, this truck has that automatic shut-off thing. But yeah, this has been a journey already. I'm a little more irritated the longer it takes to get all this done, the more frustrated I get. And I'm kind of like, I feel like the shop should have to pay for this, because this is 3 days now for the original part that I was supposed to get, and y'all are taking forever. So let's see what happens here. About checking in with the car entrance. See if there's a will call or something. Oh, I see security down here. Okay. Let's see if there's a visitor's parking or something. Truck staging, all that stuff. Okay, okay. See these signs up here. Let's see something. Looks like customer parking only. 'Tis me. All right, let's run inside. Well, we got our part. Yeah, buddy, it's the right one. It's got everything I need on it. Finally, right? Let's get out of here. Let's get on the freaking road. Playing some Cincinnati traffic again today. These U-Hauls are nice. A little pickup truck. As long as I don't hit anything, right? I'm really hoping the shop is going to be honorable with the repair situation and the cost, because this has taken entirely way too long for a mistake that they've made twice now. And I'm hoping that they do right by me. But we shall see. We're gonna stop and use the little boy's room and put some fuel in this old girl, because I gotta make sure it's at what was it, 5/8 of a tank whenever we get it back. I need to go the other way. Here, pay attention. This is the way I came in, so I feel like I could have done this job myself with the, you know, if I had a jack. So I'm curious on how many of y'all have your own jacks and like impacts, because that's the only reason I didn't do this myself. Like, I can do it, I have an impact, and I have you know, big impact sockets, so I believe my impact will take off the wheels or the lug nuts, and I can install them, you know, because it's 1,000 foot-pounds of braking torque and 600 foot-pounds of like tightening torque. So I feel pretty confident in my impact, but I've never seen anybody use a handheld. I've always seen somebody use, you know, the big 1-inch impact, like big freaking machine gun thing. So I don't know, I guess what if mine will do it. I guess I'd have to test it and just see what it'll do. But how many of y'all carry around, you know, a 20-ton bottle jack for this kind of case, and like you change your own parts? And because I can do the brakes, I mean, I've built drift cars, and you know, working on cars and turning wrenches and, you know, all that stuff isn't a problem for me. Generally, the issue that I have, that I run into, is I don't have a place to do it, to do something that's going to require a lot of time, such as an in-frame. I don't have a spot that will allow me to do that kind of major work in their parking lot, or, you know, in a monthly paid parking spot. Well, at least I didn't. I do now. I do have a place that I can do work when I'm at home like that. But I didn't before. So now I can, you know, I can change my own oil. I can do those things. But again, my question is, like, how many of y'all do your own work when it comes to, you know, taking off the wheels and changing the brakes, and, you know, brake chambers and slack adjusters, and, you know, having to carry around a bottle jack to do it? Like, let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious on how many of you guys, you know, carry around all the tools. So, because I definitely, for like 200 and I don't even think, I think it was like $146 is the bottle jack, and that's at Harbor Freight. And the shop that's doing the work now has a Pittsburgh 20-ton bottle jack. That's what they've used on my truck to jack it up. So I feel confident in that bottle jack, especially it wouldn't get used a whole lot. It would be, you know, a periodic kind of thing. But yeah, I'm curious on it. Let me know. And we're going to turn left up here. I gotta get some fuel in this thing, so I gotta make sure it has the right amount of fuel whenever I take it back. So throw in 20 bucks, should be good to go.
I never made love in a Pinto. Tell me, has anyone? You just can't get to Lover's Lane if the darn old thing won't run. Spent more time in a tow truck than in my baby's arms. I never made love in a Pinto. Tell me, has anyone?
Oh, we're back. Dropped off the old U-Haul truck. Had to pay about $99 on mileage, but it's all good. We got our part, and I'm hoping that they're working on it. So we shall see when we get in here. Y'all, we made it out. Let's go over a few things. This was all bent. Was kind of pushed out of the way. Obviously I got to clean the inside of that because that was just replaced. Let's see here. So we got a new tube and a new spider that's bolted onto, which is awesome, right? Everything's new there. same brakes, same all that. Okay. So back here, there's a pinion seal that is new that got replaced as well, and he cut the rod down on that slack adjuster on the other side of that right rear brake chamber, because it was like it was about this long, and the one on the passenger side is like this long, or the driver's side's this long. So cut it down to kind of make it work, because that wheel kept locking up, and I'm not sure if that was the problem or if the slack adjuster is either bad, or if it's not like timed correctly, because they got to go in a certain spot, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if that was the problem. I told him that it keeps locking up, like every now and then I have to go out there and I have to like back it off, because if I'm bobtail, that right rear will lock up with just like slight pressure. So we have, right, like that's good stuff there. Yeah, and I get that. Okay, I get that my truck is what you'd call like greasy underneath, but like, come on. Anyway, let's get back over here. I have the bill, and that's what I want to show you guys. Okay, let me get my phone, because I'm going to prove to you guys what's going on. I'm not going to bash this company. I am, however, going to explain what happened and why I'm not happy. First off, the bill is, after I told him I wasn't very happy about it, I had some questions. The bill came out to $1,221.04. Okay, that's to change the spider, the S-cam tube, cut down the rod on the brake chamber, and change a pinion seal. That's all that was done. Okay. So this thing has this first one is the spider situation, you know, 3 hours of labor, blah blah blah, right? And then the second one is it was originally 3 hours of labor, but I'm like, 3 hours of labor to change a pinion seal? Come on, like that's a little ridiculous, don't you think? I get the parts price, which was, yeah, it's right here. So wheel seal rear comes out to, I know it's a little blurry, sorry guys, but it was $54.29. okay, and then $208.99 for the spider assembly, which is what the S-cam tube mounts on. Okay, she told me that was $175, so that was an issue out there. She also told me that it would take 3 hours tops to change all this stuff on this spot right here, not including the pinion seal, not including the brake situation. You know, the labor rate was expected on that. I expected an hour for the pinion seal and an hour for the brake situation, maybe a half hour, because how long does it take to take off a brake chamber and you know, cut the rod down, put it back on? Like, not very long, right? So yeah, this is all just explaining what's going on, and I explained to him that I wasn't very happy with the rate, because it was like, first of all, you're telling me it took him 3 hours to do the job with the spider, you know, take the wheels off, take the brakes out, take the spider off, take the S-cam tube off, take all that off. It takes 3 hours. Okay, I expected that. That's fine. You're telling me it takes the same amount of time to do the pinion seal in the back? 3 hours as well? Come on. Like, and he said that the reason it's billed like that is because not that it takes that long, but that job itself, that's what they charge, is 3 hours of labor plus parts. That's how they charge it. But the system that they have won't let them say pinion seal charge. Like, they don't have that kind of system. And I'm like, it's because the system even knows that that's wrong. Okay. I'm a little flustered, so I'm trying to like think all this through and explain everything thoroughly to you guys so you understand why I'm frustrated. So Tuesday is when I found out all of this was broken, right? That's when I just delivered to the receiver. And let me go back here and find this text message. I found some shops. I was calling around Dayton, Ohio, looking for a shop that will take, you know, that can get me in on Tuesday and, you know, pending finding parts, right? So I text them. I'm gonna show you the text message. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see this. So this is the text message to the shop, and it's, you know, hello, my VIN. She asked me for the VIN number, and I explained to her on the phone that the VIN number was not going to work. I said, I'm going to send you the part number because that's what I need. That is the part number I need. Okay, so on and so on. And then she's like, before she told me she had the parts, like, this is what I kept coming up with. The parts are hard to find. And I was like, I wonder if this can be welded, because I don't know. I didn't know, but I learned that that's not something you want to weld because it's on the brakes, right? And I asked about the hourly budget, and she said 120 an hour, and I said I'm still hunting the parts. Okay, blah blah blah. She's still looking for parts, and I also said I need the rear pinion seal replaced as it's just starting to leak. And she said, okay, I'm going to search that up too. She said something about what camshaft do you need, and I was like, I don't need a camshaft. So I mean, all these text messages kind of explain what's going on. And then I asked what shop it was because I called several of them, and this is what she came back with. And I'm like, that's not the part that I need. I don't know how you'd come up with that part, because that's clearly not what I need. And then I said this, you know, here's the part number again. And then she said 152, and I asked if she had a picture. She sent me this, and I'm like, it looks, I said, is it in stock? She said, I'm checking with you. And I said, I can have it shipped here from tomorrow. I think he has it. He is checking in the back. I'm on hold, blah, blah, blah. Okay, she said, my guy can have it this afternoon for 176. Okay, I said, let's do it. Gotcha. Already placed the order. I say, I'm headed to your shop. Okay, this is at 11:08. I said, I'm headed to your shop because she's confirmed that she'll have the part this afternoon, right? And then she's asking about the seal, blah blah blah, and I showed her a picture of what I'm talking about so we don't have issues, right? And I said, is that part the same length as mine, 11" 2? It doesn't show the rear axles on the VIN number. Again, it's a glider kit. I explained this to you. It is a Meritor. And this is the cross reference from Freightliner that I got. This part number here is for the S-Cam tube. And she said, did you get the part? And I was like, no, just another number to help find it. But she already said she had it, so I don't know why I kept doing that. But S-Cam tube would be on the way to us, would be here 3/3/30. Okay. And then I sent this to her. This is the link to what I needed. I know this is a really long, drawn-out video. It wound up being that was the bad link. But she asked if I was on the way, and this was for this other part that was the wrong one that she sent. Anywho, there was a lot of time that went in between these because now it's Wednesday the 22nd, blah blah blah. So anywho, I confirmed that I needed the correct part number. She confirmed that she had that part number and it was on its way. The picture that I noticed that she sent me, it looked a little small. Didn't look like the same part. Well, it wound up being the steer. So about 7 o'clock that part shows up, and it's the steer. It's day one. Now I'm done. Nobody's open this late for me to get the correct part, okay? She said, we'll have it in the morning. Okay, whatever, that's fine. About 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it shows up. That's not the morning, first of all. They get that, and it's the wrong part. It's a different part number. So my first 3 digits on the S-Cam tube are K69. The first 3 digits on the S-Cam tube that they ordered, that Freightliner Stoops in Dayton or Columbus, whatever, said that supersedes the part number that I gave them from Meritor. basically saying that my part number that I gave her was not correct. That's the part number that's on my part. So they ordered that one. It was the wrong one. S-cam tube would not fit in, or my S-cam would not fit into that tube. Okay. Also, day 2 of taking everything down, they found because they didn't take everything down the first day because the parts weren't there, they found that the spider was cracked, which, okay, spider's cracked, that needs to be replaced as well. Trying to keep everything going here, I'm sorry. But I want y'all to really understand what's going on and what I've been dealing with these past couple days. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go find this spider. If y'all can't get it, I'm gonna go get it. And she said, hey, we got it. It'll be here in the morning. Okay, cool. That showed up on, so no, they took it down the first day. They found the spider and had it there on the second day. So the spider and the new S-cam tube come the same day, on the second day, which would be Wednesday. Mind you, I was supposed to be out of there Monday. They're putting everything together. The S-cam, or the spider, gets put on backwards, and the guy's trying to pound, like with a hammer, slam the S-cam tube into the spider, and it's not going. Well, you turn it around and it bolts right up. So figured that out, then went to put the S-cam itself into the tube, and it only goes in about 4 inches, and then it stops, it won't go in. And then at that point, a full-size, whatever it is, what, 15-20 pound sledgehammer is used. Boom, trying to slam the S-cam into the tube. It's not going. At that point, the seal on the S-cam tube is busted, it's broken. Luckily, the S-cam itself was not damaged, thankfully. Very happy about that. I even got out a block of wood out of my truck. I'm like, hey, if you're gonna hit something, like put some wood there so you don't damage the face of anything. But whatever, it's all good. The mechanic I was working on was super nice. Let's see here. I started looking at part numbers. I started looking at the part number that he has on the truck for the S-cam tube versus mine. They look identical, except when you look them up on Meritor, there's a different barrel length and there's a different inner diameter, and they take a different cam kit. So clearly different part, wrong part number 2. So now I have to wait till Thursday, which would be today, to get the correct part. They told me the part they found, it was in Tennessee, and it was gonna cost about 150 bucks to get it here, and could take a day. I said no, so I went and obviously went and got the part myself. Wound up being $233 for the correct S-cam tube, which, whatever, I'm happy I finally got it, right? Get the part back, and everything is put on within 45 minutes. 50 minutes, 55 minutes tops is how quick everything was put on this truck. As far as like getting the wheels on, getting all of it done, super quick. Getting the brake chamber and everything set up, like it went really quick. So I'm a little frustrated about the bill. And the owner, which we've had conversations, like he was super nice, you know, seemed like a good dude. And I'm not saying he's not a good dude. I'm just saying that the 3 hours of labor for a pinion seal is not right. And the time, I said, look, I'm frustrated about the price because I think it's a little steep on what you're charging me. Also, I'm down, this is my 3rd day. Here it is, what, it's 8 o'clock? I think it was 8:04 whenever I actually got out of the shop. This is 3 days that I've wasted when I should have only wasted 1 to get the parts, and I should have been done on Tuesday. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you gave her the wrong part number. No, I did not. And I showed him the text message, and he then looks at her and was like, what's going on? And she's like, well, Freightliner said that this part number that they sent us supersedes the part number. And I'm like, clearly it doesn't, because Meritor has the correct part number. And he's like, I mean, I could charge you $150 to go get the second part. You're right, you could charge me $150 to go get the part. You mean the part that you said was here on its way, would be here at 3:30, didn't show up till like 7? wound up being the wrong part, or are you talking about the second part that you had to go get because the first part was the wrong part? Which one are you going to charge me for? Are you talking about $300 for parts because you had to do 2 parts runs? Also, I'm not going to pay for your hourly of bolting up things wrong and, you know, time with a sledgehammer. Like, I'm not paying for that. I'm not doing that. And he's like, is the job that was done not worth this? No, it's not. No, it's not. Not when I had to drive all the way down to Florence, Kentucky to get my parts. It's taken 3 days to do this because you screwed up twice on the parts. No, it is not worth $1,349. And he's like, what? I'll take an hour off the labor. Okay. That's not right. It's still not right. But it is what it is, I guess, at this point. And let me explain something to you. So the shop in Kentucky that did the engine rebuild, they worked on Robbie's truck, you know, the trucker's table. He broke down in Nashville. His turbo blew up. So he needed a new turbo, needed a charge air cooler, needed to change the air filters, also needed an oil change. He got all of that done. Okay, he went and got the parts. So Robbie got his own parts. He got all that done, plus an oil change, plus an overhead for $1,200. Now, I don't know if that's a difference in the quality of people or if it's just, you know, somebody hooked Robbie up. I don't know. But I do know that you got to watch out for certain shops because they will scam you every which way they can. They'll talk super friendly to you. They'll be really nice. And then when it comes time to pay the bill, they're going to be nasty. Not saying that's what this shop did. I'm not saying this shop did anything wrong at all. But just beware of shops that you run into. Do your research. They also had 5 stars. The only shop in Dayton area that has 5 stars on Google reviews. Obviously, that is subject to change at this very moment. And so I spent a total of just over $1,630 going to get the parts and obviously paying for the parts, and then all this labor. Like, that's a little absurd for 3 days that I'm down, that I've completely wasted because you screwed up. Like, that's my biggest issue. You could have done something and said, hey man, I'm sorry, we got the wrong parts twice. We're gonna take care of the pinion seal situation. Don't worry about it, man, because we're wasting your time because of our screw ups. We're wasting your time, and I understand that you're not making any money right now. Because the way I see it, I'm the only one getting screwed here. Obviously, I gotta pay to have the truck fixed, right? Like, that makes sense. But when everybody else screws up in this industry, whether it's the shippers, receivers, the parts houses, the mechanics, who eats that? We do. And I'm tired of that, and maybe I need to do something different, but I just think morally it's not right. Like, just do better. Be honest and morally correct when you're dealing with people. That's all I ask. If you're okay with somebody treating you or doing something to you a certain way, then that's how you need to treat other people. But if you wouldn't be okay with that, then don't treat other people that way. I mean, it's the golden rule, right? It's that simple. Anywho, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm definitely pissed. I haven't had a shower in 2 nights, actually 3, because Monday night I stayed at the shipper. So I stink, and I've given myself whore baths as much as I can with like freaking baby wipes and whatnot. They didn't have a shower. The building there couldn't handle the AC. So every time I would plug up my AC, my portable AC, to the power in the shop, because my truck was in the shop for 3 days, so I couldn't drive it, right? Couldn't bag it out and run my generator. It would trip the breaker, so I couldn't. Like it's miserable. It sucked. And at this point, I'm complaining. I get it, but I'm over it. I'm thankful to be out. I'm thankful that I was able to, you know, take care of the bill. I'm thankful to have, you know, a new S-Cam 2 and a Spider. a new pinion seal. Like I'm thankful to have those things. I think they cost a little much though, and I think they know that. But y'all do what you want with this information. You know, nobody's sponsoring this other than my wallet. So y'all be good, stay safe out there. Let your family know you love them. Continue to seek God and praise him. Give him all the glory, because you know he's got it all under control. Might be frustrated, might be difficult to deal with, but you know God's got it taken care of, and he'll see you through it. So with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me rant. Please do your research. Please treat people the way you want to be treated, and carry a weapon, because you are your first responder. I'll see y'all.